Hi, I'm Carly McAvoy. I want to talk with you today about some information about your Math 94 online class. I'm going to start by looking at your syllabus, and we're going to just talk about the important things that are in the syllabus. I want to mention a few things right off the top that some people don't know about the class that's important to know. The midterm and final are taken on campus, so you need to be here for those two tests. And if you can't make it to this campus, that's fine. Then you can go to a testing center near your house. But those are proctored tests and need to be proctored. I do require that everybody buys an access code to MathXL. The textbook is optional, but the code is required. It costs about $65, and you can use it for next quarter if you have another class that uses that same website. Then the other website that we're going to go to is the campus website, which is spscc.instructure.com, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. There are some technology requirements, and if you're taking an online class, there's an expectation that if you don't have the technology skills that you need, that you will seek them out. So there is a number here for technical assistance on campus that's free, and they also have an email that you can send help to. So it's not just enough to say like, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to watch those videos. Like, you need to figure that out because that's part of your class. Most of the syllabus I would like for you to read on your own, but I do want you to know that the videos that I have posted for each assignment are required. They're part of your grade, 10% of your grade. Homework is 30%. The midterm is 20%. For the midterm and the final, you can bring one piece of paper, front and back, of handwritten notes, a calculator, and some blank paper if you want to work things out. The final and the midterm are both 20%. And the quizzes and tests that you can take at home, because there are some quizzes and tests that you do at home, those are another 20% overall of your grade. In order to get an A in the class, you need to get at least a 93% overall in the class, and you need to get a 65% or better on the final. So if you scored 50% on the final, you wouldn't get an A even if your percentage said that you should. A 50% or less means you're just going to get a C in the class. 60% at least for a B, and 50% to pass the class with a C or better. When you email me, please include 94 in your name in the subject line, and it'd be nice to say, like, you know, Jim Carrey, 94 question about quiz or something, so I know who you are, what class you're in, and what I'm going to be finding out when I read the email. That would be very helpful. I am in my office. I didn't show this at the top, or I didn't point it out. My office is in building 35, room 155 on the main campus, and my email is right over here. Please directly email me, and don't go through Canvas to email me. It causes problems for me. And then down about page 4 on your syllabus, there's a calendar, and it shows you everything that's due for the quarter. I give you this up front. It's also on the MathXL page, and I expect that you would know those dates. And if you say, like, I didn't know we had a quiz due, it's like, well, it's right here, and I'm giving it to you right up front. What I try to do to help you out is to make everything due on similar days. Homework 1A, 2A, 3A, and so forth are due on Friday. 1B, 2B, and so forth are due on Tuesdays, and the quizzes and tests, for the most part, are due on Wednesday. The midterm, I give you one extra day, so it's due on Thursday. If you know that you work on Friday, you don't want to do homework on Friday, then do it on Thursday. Anything could be done ahead of time. It just can't be done after the due date. If you do homework after the due date, you lose 2% per day. And if you miss a quiz or a test, it turns to a 0. So it's really important that you are on top of those Wednesday dates at least. And again, take it on Sunday or Saturday if you want. You can go as fast as you want. You can finish the class as quickly as you want. You just can't go as slow as you want. There are extra credit opportunities in the quarter. If you miss a quiz, it turns to 0. But if you miss a quiz, you can take that extra credit quiz at the end and makes up for one missed quiz. There's also 2 extra credit homework assignments, 9A and 9B, that also will help you make up those points. And then there's a practice final and a practice midterm, and both of those are extra credit, but they're required. You have to do 75% in order for those tests to open. You need to have gotten on and started homework 1A by Thursday, or you will be dropped from the class. So I am looking to see, are you going to get on and get started right away? Maybe you don't have the money right now to get on and get started. After the calendar back here on page 6 shows you a link that will take you to a code that you can use that will give you a free 2-week trial. So you have a chance to get on for free, even if you don't have the money right now, for 2 weeks, and then you have the chance to buy that. And after you've purchased the code, it'll show you how to switch over to your permanent account once you've got that code fixed. Okay, so let's go back to the Canvas website and see that. I'm looking at, let's see, here we go, Canvas. I'm looking at the home page. I was on a Panopto. I haven't published this yet, so it still says unpublished there. On the home page, though, I tell you to get started in the class, click on the buttons that say modules. And so if you look over here to the left, there's a button that says module. If you click on that module, you will see an introductory video, which you might have already watched if you went to my email at some point. Anyway, there's a little quick introduction to the class, and then you'll see your syllabus in there. After you've watched the videos, this video, that video, read the syllabus, it'll say, have you read the video? Have you watched the video? Have you read the syllabus? You say yes, and that unlocks your second module. The second module is a quiz that asks you questions about the syllabus, because I want to make sure you've read and saved that syllabus. And then after you answer those questions, at least 9 out of 10 correctly, it will open up a link, a document that will show you how to register in your Math Excel class. So you can't register in the class until you've gone through that syllabus quiz. Then once you get to the class, once you get to that document, it will show you the course ID. So the access code you can purchase, or you can use the temporary one that I showed you earlier. And then once you're in Math Excel, it'll say, do you want to join a particular class? And you say, yes, I want to join the class, the course ID that's in here. I was going to say the wrong math class. But anyway, you want to join 94, and you're going to do that by clicking on that code. Okay, let's take a look at the Math Excel site. If you've never used this site before, you're going to want to spend a little time looking at it. I haven't been here for a bit today, obviously. When you click on Course Home, you're going to see the upcoming assignments listed here. What you're going to spend most of your time doing is in homework and tests. But let me click on Calendar for a second, and the calendar just shows you things that are due, nothing to do in December, obviously. When I go over to January, I can see I've got homework due on each Friday. I've got a homework due on Tuesday, and I have either a quiz or a test due every Wednesday. So that reconciles with the other calendar in your syllabus, so you have 2 different places to look at that. Hover over anything to see what it is. The first 2 homeworks in your class are review of basic skills. So if I was to open up this right here, I opened it up earlier and did 2 questions. So whatever you do earlier is saved. If I wanted to do question 7 right now, I could miss this question 3 times and it'll give me a chance to do it again. So 9 over 1, the answer is 9. Let's say I said the answer was 8. I come down here and click on check answer in the bottom right corner. That's going to say no. But I'm like, no, I'm sure it's 8. It's not 8. After 3 times, it's going to say final check, and now it's going to say it's wrong. Your answer should have been 9. You said 8. If you don't want to miss that question, then click on similar question and try it again. Now I'm going to get a similar one. It's marked wrong right now, but I'm going to try it again. This is going to be 2 plus 8 is 10 over 1 is 10. And now if I check it, it's going to say that's right. And now watch what happens. I'm going from a red check to a green check. You can't see that probably. But anyway, it goes from a red X to a green check. So you can always get try over and over until you get that right. Let's take a look at question help. What we have, excuse me, what we have under question help We have Help Me Solve This. If you have them solve a question for you, it'll take you through step by step, but then you'll have to do the question again because they're not going to give you credit if they solved it for you. Animations they have, in case you want to watch those, it kind of takes you through different ways step by step. Textbooks, you can actually click on the textbook and it'll show you the book. Wait for this to come up. It just shows you the one section that's associated with that particular question, but sometimes that's enough for people. And this is the textbook as you would see it. You can see up here, this is page 68. If I wanted to read that section, I could use the arrows and scroll through and read that entire section. Since some people don't feel like they need anything more than that, that's why I don't require the textbook. You can see it right there online. And then you can also click on Ask My Instructor and send me a question. The really nice thing about that is it sends me the question you're working on, so I can see exactly what you're talking about. And then the print is if you wanted to print the whole assignment and take it with you, or print one question and take it with you, that would be okay. It's not an efficient printing system, so I don't recommend it. So that's what you're going to spend most of your time on. When you're finished with the assignment, you click on, in the top right button, you can't see it, but it says Save. If you click on Save, it automatically saves your work, and then I can see it. You don't have to send me anything. Notice up here it tells you there's a late submission penalty of 2%. You have to do it by the due date or start losing 2% for every problem that's completed after the due date. Every time you have a homework assignment, just before that there's a video, so it tells you about how long the video is so you can judge. The video here, you click on this, it opens it up. All your videos are actually posted on YouTube, but I've got links to them here. And then if you go over here to the right, question 1 says, did you watch the video? And then you're going to say yes if you did, or no if you didn't. And I can tell by I have watched the videos, and then do final check. And then I can tell if you actually did because it'll show me how many minutes you actually spent. And so if you say, yes, I watched the videos, but you spent 10 seconds, I'm going to take away your credit and not give you points for that, because I only want you to get points if you actually watch it. How do you know how you're doing in the class? Go to results. It'll show you your percent in the class. Right now I have pretty low percent because I did 3 questions out of 35 on that homework. And then I also have 2 out of 2 for 2 different videos, so I got score for that. But if I was going in and looking at my account and saying, wait a minute, you did less than 1 minute on this, I'm not going to give you credit. So I would go back and take away your credit. So I will be looking at your time. If your time doesn't register correctly and I take away, the only way you can get that back is to send me a copy of your notes and say, I really did watch the video, here's the notes that I took, and then I'll give you those points back. Sometimes it doesn't register correctly, but mostly it does. And at the bottom, then, you won't have the instructor buttons. Under study plan, you click on view all chapters, and then you'll see all the different chapters. So if you wanted to study something on your own, extra, maybe fractions, or you're a little weak in fractions, you could go in here and click on anything like factors in simplest form, and it would have a chance for you to practice that topic. So study plan is nothing that I make you do. I don't give you any points for doing it, but it's there if you would like the help. The first time you go to that site, you'll need to register into my class, and that course ID is in the 3rd module at Canvas after you answer the syllabus quiz. Okay, let's take a look at, well, we did Canvas, we did Math Excel, we did your syllabus. I think we're good, actually. I will be answering emails after December 23rd. If you have any questions, send me an email. I'll be happy to answer. But until then, I welcome you to go ahead and get started in your Math Excel class and start working ahead. Have a fantastic Christmas.